Well, good afternoon, YouTube. Thought I'd do a video today as opposed to a live, and just kind of give you an idea of what's going on. Like a lot of stuff's been on our lives about things are changing and different things are happening and stuff like that. Well, we seem to be in a constant state of change, and we've kind of bounced back and forth on what we're going to do as far as our building and different stuff. And I think right now is probably just not the best time to either go into debt or take what money we do have and try to build this thing. I think it would be an extreme stressful situation if we did that. So I have been talking on our live streams about doing something with this shed we have on the property. So we'll hang on here a second. Let me turn things around. I'll kind of give you an indication of what I'm thinking. So here we are. We've already started doing some things. We've been collecting old metal. We want to kind of keep it looking like this. And one thing good about this stuff is if it looks bad on one side, well, it's reversible. So like the rusty stuff, you can reverse it. Well, that's rusty on both sides. But anyway, if it's not rusty on both sides, let me see, maybe this over here. I got rocks on everything. We're expecting a kind of a heavy storm the next 2 days, so kind of preparing for that. But you can see, it looks kind of good. But I've got some gray roof coating coming, and I think what I'm going to do is see, we ripped the roof. We took the roof off on this side to see what was going to be involved with that, and whether we were going to have to reinforce this wood up here. But I think what's going to happen is I think pretty much we're just going to leave it like this. I got to knock down, there's some green mold, as you can probably see. This stuff's going to come off here because this is going to become a room here. This is going to be basically our storage room in the beginning. It's 8 by 16. And I want to be able to empty out our storage that we're paying $40 a month. And we'll be able to we've gotten it down to a certain point where probably even about half of this room would be filled. We've been selling stuff and getting rid of stuff. And we did pick up a refrigerator and a washer and dryer. So we got that. And like I say, we've been trying to get metal. We need 60 sheets of this exterior metal, and right now we have 81. And some of it, some of this looks like this, but that's not going to be really a problem because I'll just pound that back in. And what we can do is all this wood that's all warpy and weirdy out here, that's all going to come down, and we're going to put all new panels up. We're going to panel, and then this is going to be, we're going to build a floor with 2x6s in here in this area. And I'm going to actually leave the top unsealed, and I'm going to put plywood underneath in between the 24-inch joists, and then we're going to caulk it with that foam, and then put batting in it, and then put the plywood on 3/4-inch plywood on top, and then that way that's insulated because I want this thing's. This is ultimately what we're thinking about doing. This is going to be a tiny house, and this thing was originally put here sometime in the 70s, and I mean it's kind of mix and match, and we're going to fix all that up. We're going to strip it all down, like that roof over there. It's all going to be stripped down, and this is going to be the main room. It's 16 by 12, and this room here that I'm standing in is 16 by 12, and the one over there is 8 by 16. So I've already got the water, some of the electrical. I got the tubing in. I got to get rid of that box, so I'm going to run a 125 amp service over here so we can run a washer, a dryer, a convection oven, induction cooktop, a mini split with 3 head units on it so we can cool each room individually. Right here, there's my air conditioner. It just went out on my motorhome. I didn't film that because I did that years ago. But this one went out again too. We're going to put a potbelly stove here. And this is kind of a cool thing I found on the property. And I'm going to clean it all up. I don't want to get it too clean, but I want to make it a little bit nicer than it is. And then that's going to go on the wall, just kind of because. And this is going to be actually our bedroom right here. So to kind of describe it a little bit to you, this would be walled here, and this is going to drop down. So the way it is right now is it's up pretty high over here, but I'm going to drop it down. So it'll be, the floor will probably be about in this area right in here somewhere. And then these two sticks, right here, that's how wide our bed's going to be. And there it is right there. So I'll be standing right in the center of the bed here. And we're going to put a big window here. So we'd be looking out at that. And then we're going to put a window here. We'll be looking at our neighbor's yard and their house. And then there'll be a step that you come down here. You kind of step off and walk to the right here. And this is going to be the bathroom over here. And there's where the wall for the bathroom is going to be. So it's going to be a little bit tight, but it's not as tight as a motorhome. We got more room than the motorhome. And then this corner right here will be a shower. I've already picked out the shower. It's really awesome. Has a glass door. It's going to open this way. We'll have a pocket door in here. And then we're going to have a 24-inch sink right here. And then the toilet will go here. And then just like we have in our motorhome, which we really both like, we're going to have a big cabinet right in this area here. And it's going to be for all our clothes. And so we like the fact that when we get out of the shower, our clothes are in the shower. We could do everything in the shower, get dressed, and come out, and we're ready to go. So that's what we're going to do. And just in the early stages, we haven't taken the top off, but what's going to end up happening is we're going to take the metal off on this one too, and we're going to lay plywood up there, and then we're going to get this roofing material that you roll on. It's it's like a sheet. You just sheet the roof, start at the bottom, work your way to the top. And we're also going to do it up in here. We're going to put the plywood up in there. And we're going to do the same thing with plywood and sheeting. And then that way, because there are some little, I don't know if you can see that little itty bitty hole, and that's actually out here outside of the interior. Because the interior is going to be even with that pole right there. So you got to kind of walk over here to see the hole. But that's why I'm going to go over each individual piece of tin, and we're going to go through and pick out the best tin. This is really pretty good. That's the only hole I found in there. And like I say, it's on the exterior of what's going to be the interior of the building. So, and like all this is going to come off. There's a lot of, this wall's probably the worst as far as the framing goes. It's just terrible. But it's hunting season, so everybody's out cruising around looking for Bambi. Anyway, we're going to put a porch on the back over here to be the width of the back, 36-inch door right there, and then we were talking today about fencing this area in here and putting a doggy door so Cage can go in and out whenever he wants, and then we'll park our truck right over here underneath the tree, and we'll put a little walkway, maybe cement or something off of the porch, and it'll be all fenced in with a gate there. And then we're eventually, once we get everything done on this, I'll get this filled with dirt in here, in this area right here. We got to raise this railroad tie wall just one more, and fill this all in with dirt real nice. And then when somebody comes, this is where they'll park, and because all the utilities are set up for this to be the way it's facing and everything for parking here. And then that area will be open up where the motorhomes are at right now. And eventually, maybe things change, things get better. We can build our shop and our new home, bigger home. It'll be 16 by 60 and like a big single wide. And then we'll have a little place where our kids and grandkids can come, and it will eventually, where that storage thing is over here, once I get my big building up, then we'll take all this stuff out of here and put it in there, and then we'll just turn this into like a bunkhouse for the kids and the grandkids, and they can come over here and have their own little place, their own bathroom, own kitchen, the whole thing, and we'll have another washer and dryer set up, so they'll be completely self-contained. And if that's not good enough, then maybe what we'll do is an Airbnb. I don't know. Just have to see. But as some of you are probably looking, you're thinking, boy, have you bitten off a lot. Well, you know, the thing about it is it's not the money, it's the money. And the way things are going right now, I just don't want to get us into a situation where we don't have a way to feed ourselves. So we're going to kind of wait and try to ride out this depression coming. And if you don't think there's one coming, boy, are you in for a big shock. So that's my political thing for the day. Get prepared. You know, we're not prepared. This is not being prepared. When this is done, we'll be prepared, but we're not prepared yet. The only advantage that we have is we have that motorhome over there. And if we need to work and we get somebody that says, hey, can you come work for us, then we'll go. But the problem is getting into our late 60s. We're closer to 70 than we are 60, and we're starting to feel it. I've been having some problems, and we're getting Darla checked over and stuff. We want to be healthy. We want to get back in a situation where we feel really good about everything. And so that's what we're working on now, is we're doctors and all that crap, and get this leg back up and working. And in the meantime, I'm going to build this. And I think it's going to be pretty cozy. We're going to have a potbelly stove and the whole thing. It's just, I notice a lot of the RVers are kind of getting off the road, or they're just parking their RVs for a while and building little tiny houses and stuff. And I've had this on my mind now for a couple of years, and I just like, well, I don't know. If we're going to build something, let's go big. We used to have a really big house. We have 4-bedroom, 4-bath, and big, huge living room and a gigantic family room and all this stuff. And it was really awesome. It was great when we had the kids. We have a pool and jacuzzi in the middle of the house. The house is built all around it. And it was a great place for the kids to grow up. And then all of a sudden one day we were home alone, and it was like overwhelming how much was involved in maintaining that house. I had a guy that worked on his bike, and he would just come by every couple of weeks and paint a section of the trim. And he was always, just never, every time he seemed like he was done, he had to start over again. So this is like no maintenance, man. Once this thing's all put together, it's all metal. And as long as I put it together right and I don't have any leaks, that's my biggest fear. But that's hence the idea of putting the plywood underneath it and the roofing paper. And I'm going to do that on the walls too. I'm not sure if I'm using roofing paper, but I'm going to use something that is like a water barrier, so that with these little holes in the metal, this metal, it can get gouged and everything else. But as long as you have a protective underneath, it doesn't really matter too much. So I think it's going to look great. It's going to look like an old shed. There's a lot of them around here. And yeah, I'm excited. I've built houses before, but it's always been like new construction type thing, and it's just a matter of hiring people. This time I'm going to be pounding nails and running screws, and I'm constantly watching videos on how to do wiring and plumbing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's going to be fun. As you can see, the ground's really, really orange, I think. Sky. We have a fire over in Oklahoma, and we're getting all the smoke. So, but anyway, hopefully this was a little bit interesting to you. That was going to be a fire pit, but I'm going to do something different. I have one already, but this one I thought I could. Actually, there was an interior piece to it, and I gave it to Jason and Amanda because it was for their new house. Kind of a cool deal. So pond over there by them trees. And we pretty much, man, it's a cool, like, you know, neighbor over here, she came over the other day and brought us cookies, and the neighbors like us, and we like them. And they wave, see? Yeah. My brother gets mad when people don't wave back. But anyway, we got a lot of things to do, and I wanted to share this with you. The people that are on our Monday Night Lives, we're really close with those people. I enjoy every Monday night. We have such a good time just talking and reading chats and stuff like that, and definitely want to keep that going. And what I definitely wanted to do, we didn't film this, well, Darla did, that's right. You'll get to see this being ripped apart yesterday. I think it's going to be cool. We're going to keep you guys involved with it. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to us yet, give us a shot. You know, subscribe and see what you think. Definitely check out our Monday nights. They're kind of fun. If you would, like, that would make us both happy. Ooh, look at that scary guy there. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching.